you cannot ever blame the fact that Robyn and I had a deep love on the way that these other relationships.
Welcome to GlowGossips USA, where the truth cuts deeper than ever imagined. In a moment that's left the sister wives world gasping, Robyn Brown, the woman once dubbed Kody's true soulmate, was rushed to the hospital after collapsing at home. But what sent fans into a frenzy wasn't the emergency itself, it was what followed. Kody Brown, the patriarch who vowed commitment through every trial, walked away. Not just from the hospital room, not just from Robyn, but into the arms of her daughter, Aurora. What happened next has shattered every last illusion of loyalty in this fractured family. It started off quietly, as the most devastating moments often do. Robyn had been feeling off for days, some dizziness, fatigue, a faint tremble in her hands. She chalked it up to stress. After all, tension has become second nature for the Browns in recent years. But those close to her saw something deeper, something darker. One insider recalled how Robyn, pale and unsteady, kept insisting she just needed more sleep and water. She nearly collapsed at one point, holding onto the edge of a table, whispering, "I just need to sit down." But the worst was yet to come. Midweek, everything unraveled. Robyn collapsed suddenly in the hallway of their Flagstaff home. The panic was instant. A call to 911. Chaos. A blur of paramedics. Her children watching in horror. And for the first time in years, Kody looked truly shaken, at least for a moment. He followed the ambulance to the ER, somber, quiet, his phone clenched tightly in his fist. Witnesses say he looked like a man finally forced to face what he had become. But that illusion, like everything else in Kody's orbit, didn't last long. Inside the hospital, the tension only deepened. Robyn was crying as doctors examined her. Her voice, hoarse from panic, trembled with every word. "I don't want to die." According to a family friend who rode in the ambulance, it was one of the hardest things to hear. And yet, while she clung to life, the man who promised to love her in sickness and health was already slipping away. Kody stood at her bedside briefly. He stroked her hair, held her hand, whispered something inaudible. For that brief moment, it looked like he was the husband everyone once believed he could be. But just an hour later, that image shattered. Without warning, Kody left the room, stepped into the hallway, checked his phone, and made a call. Not to another doctor, not to Mary, Christine, or Janelle, but to Aurora, Robyn's daughter from a previous relationship. Within minutes, she arrived. Outside in her car, Kody climbed in, and they drove away laughing. It's not an assumption. That's what the witnesses say. That's what Aurora's own Instagram post confirmed hours later. When she posted a photo of her and Kody in a diner, smiling, sipping milkshakes. The caption, "Dad-daughter night." The comment section, chaos. Back at the hospital, Robyn was left alone. Alone in a sterile room with machines beeping and nurses glancing awkwardly at one another. One of them reportedly asked where her husband was. Robyn, barely able to speak, said through tears, he said he'd be right back. But he wasn't. One nurse admitted she stayed by Robyn's side just to give her some human presence. Kept looking at the door, the nurse shared. Like she really believed he would walk back through it. But he never did. Outside the sterile walls of that hospital room, the Brown family was imploding all over again. But who had every reason to ignore Robyn's condition, did something no one expected. She called the hospital herself, asked for updates, sent flowers. It might not seem like much, but in the Brown family, that's a thunderclap. Meanwhile, Mary posted a cryptic but devastating message online that read, "The measure of a man is how he shows up when someone needs him the most." She didn't name Kody, but she didn't need to. Even Christine, who had long since closed the chapter on Kody and rebuilt her life with David Woolley, reportedly offered to visit Robyn in the hospital. It wasn't forgiveness, it was humanity. But Robyn declined, whether it was pride, shame, or exhaustion, no one could say. What was clear was that Robyn, the once protected queen of Kody's crumbling empire, was now lying in a hospital bed, unwanted and alone. And Kody, he was out enjoying burgers and milkshakes with the one person in the family who never challenged him, Aurora. For years, fans have noticed his unusual attachment to her. The deference she gives him, the way she looks at him like he's a hero. A far cry from the strained relationships he now has with his biological children, many of whom have publicly distanced themselves from him. Insiders say Kody sees Aurora as the last person who truly respects him, who doesn't fight, him who doesn't shame him. And in that comfort, he has retreated no matter what the cost, even to Robyn, even now. Because this wasn't just favoritism anymore. This wasn't a casual oversight or momentary lapse. This was a choice. A conscious, shocking, and cruel decision. Kody didn't just abandon a hospital room. He abandoned a woman who had spent years defending him, standing beside him, isolating herself from the rest of the family just to hold on to him. And when she needed him the most, he vanished, choosing instead the safety of his echo chamber, where no one holds him accountable and no one asks him to be better. And now, fans everywhere are asking the same question. If Kody Brown can leave, even Robyn in the dust, who does he ever really show up for?
Everybody equally.
Try that. I'll tell you what, there's a divine aspect about my relationship with Robyn, and we have been bitch slapped for it.
What followed after Robyn's hospitalization was not just a medical scare. It was an emotional earthquake that no one in the Sister Wives universe saw coming. While Robyn lay in her hospital bed, tubes attached, voice weak, her heart shattered, in ways far worse than her body. At first, she believed Kody had only stepped away. Maybe to grab food, maybe to clear his head. But when nurses and visitors began talking, when she overheard someone mention Kody and Aurora spotted together, the truth hit her like a freight train. He wasn't just out, he was out enjoying life with her daughter. Her reaction, unfiltered, raw, heartbreaking. She cried out, sobbing into her hands, repeatedly asking, "Why isn't he here? Why is he with her?" A nurse later said it was one of the most painful things she'd ever seen. And then came the real sting. A quiet comment from a longtime family friend whispered near Robyn's bed. "If this is how he treats you when you're ill, maybe you were wrong about him." The words echoed louder than any medical diagnosis ever could. Robyn's silence afterward was deafening. Her face collapsed into something far deeper than disappointment. It was betrayal, exposed in its ugliest form. But while Robyn's heart quietly fractured behind hospital curtains, the internet exploded in rage. Images of Kody and Aurora at a local diners, smiling, carefree, sipping milkshakes, ignited a firestorm. Fans rushed to Instagram, flooding the Brown family's pages with furious comments. "You abandoned your wife in a hospital to eat burgers? Shameful. Aurora is not your wife. Robyn stood by you for years, and this is what she gets." On Reddit, the threads turned brutal. Some theorized Kody hated Robyn for being weak. Others declared him emotionally bankrupt. One post hit the core of the matter. Kody only loves being in control. The moment someone needs real care, he ghosts. And now fans are asking the unthinkable. Is this the beginning of the end for Robyn and Kody's marriage? For years, Robyn was untouchable, the one wife Kody fought to keep, even when the rest walked away. But now, even she is doubting everything. Insiders say she's been wrecked by his absence, not just physically, but spiritually. She keeps repeating the same chilling question. What if I had died? Would he even have cared? Or just carried on, joking with Aurora like nothing happened? One family source put it plainly. She's seeing him differently now. I don't know if she leave, but she'll never trust him again. Okay? And the irony. The most unexpected twist of all. The women who once competed with Robyn, who were once labeled enemies, are now the ones showing up. Janelle sent her a care package to the hospital, filled with warm socks, her favorite snacks, and a few novels she used to love. Mary didn't. Just post cryptic Instagram quotes she personally called the hospital, offering kind words and support. And even Christine, basking in her new life with David Woolley, sent a brief but meaningful message. You're stronger than you know. Take care of yourself. It wasn't much, but it was more than Kody had done. Fans noticed and they weren't quiet about it. One viral comment said it best. Isn't it something that the women Kody dumped are the ones showing up for Robyn, while he's off laughing with Aurora? That says everything. The man who once ruled over for women is now barely showing up for even one. It's a pattern, really one that longtime viewers recognize all too well. Whether it was Mary's emotional collapse, Janelle's financial struggles, or Christine's slow-motion heartbreak, Kody has always had a way of vanishing the moment things got real. Now, even Robyn the Woman fans were convinced he'd protect. Above all has become just another chapter in his long history of emotional withdrawal. Robyn's condition, thankfully, has stabilized. Doctors now believe she's on her way to a full recovery. But something in her has changed. Kody hasn't offered a single public comment. He hasn't shown remorse. And just yesterday, he was. Spotted again with Aurora, exiting a grocery store with bags full of snacks and smiles on their faces. No mention of Robyn, no sign of guilt. According to those closest to her, Robyn is preparing herself emotionally for a confrontation when she's discharged. She's devastated. One insider shared, but she's not broken. There's a strength in her now, a quiet one. She said to me, "If you won't be there when I'm at my weakest, what's the point?" And maybe that's the question everyone should be asking. Is this finally the moment Robyn opens her eyes to the man she's been defending all these years? Is she ready to follow in the footsteps of Christine, Mary, and Janelle and walk away? The fan base seems to think so. Since the incident, social media has been flooded with commentary. Some expressed sorrow for Robyn, saying they never expected her to be the one left alone. Others were far less forgiving. "I don't even like Robyn," one fan wrote, "but nobody deserves to be abandoned in a hospital." Now she knows what the rest went through. And yet, some eyes have turned to Aurora as well. While most of the backlash has rightfully targeted Kody, some fans are asking, did Aurora know her mother was hospitalized? And if she did, why didn't she stop Kody? Why didn't she take him back to the hospital? One family insider came to her defense. Aurora loves her mom deeply, but she also idolizes Kody. If he calls and says, "Come get me," she goes. That's just the power he has over her. She's still a daughter looking for her father's approval. In the end, the problem isn't Aurora. It's the man pulling the strings. And now the Browns stand at a breaking point. Robyn recovering in silence. Kody continuing on as if nothing's changed. The ex-wives circling not with jealousy, but with compassion. A strange turn of fate. No one knows what Robyn will do. But the question that haunts every Sister Wives fan today is no longer will the family come back together. It's can they ever recover from a betrayal this deep? For so long, Robyn was shielded, held up as the chosen one. But in her moment of vulnerability, she was left exposed, completely and painfully alone. This wasn't just a medical emergency, it was the moment the curtain dropped. Because when someone shows you who they truly are, believe them. And Robyn, she finally believes it now. No matter how much she once felt special in the end, she became just another wife Kody let down. And just when the dust seemed to settle, a new storm began to build. Word is spreading, Janelle and Mary are preparing to break their silence in a way they never have before. Not with cryptic posts, not with indirect shade, but with explosive, pointed accusations. According to insiders, they are preparing to speak out in a future Talal episode revealing how Kody allegedly manipulated them into supporting him financially. Thousands of dollars they claim were funneled toward Robyn and her children without their full knowledge or consent. For fans already reeling from Kody's behavior, this might be the final blow. And if you want to understand the depth of that betrayal, you have to rewind all the way to the beginning when the Browns merged their finances into one pot. One bank account, one family. Janelle was the backbone of that system, working full-time while the others managed home life. Mary, despite her declining bond with Kody, still contributed. Christine, raising 6 children, chipped in where she could. And through it all, Kody smiled for the cameras, playing the part of the provider. But behind the scenes, the money was quietly flowing in one direction, toward Robyn. It didn't happen overnight. But it was clear to anyone paying attention, everything changed when Robyn joined the family. The shift wasn't just emotional, it was financial. Viewers started to notice first the bigger house, the expensive clothing, the attention to Robyn's children. But it wasn't just fans who saw it. Inside the Brown household, things were unraveling. One source put it bluntly: we always knew things weren't equal. What we didn't realize was how much Kody was quietly pulling away from Janelle and Mary financially. Decades of contributions, love, and sacrifice were slowly being drained, and no one was asking where the money was going. This isn't just drama, it's a reckoning. Janelle and Mary's decision to speak out wasn't impulsive. It was built over years of silence, disappointment, and betrayal. And Robyn's recent hospitalization, it cracked open the final layer of denial. The man they had trusted, the one they believed in, was now being seen for who he truly was. Behind the scenes during filming, something snapped. Janelle, the ever-practical one, reportedly pulled Kody aside and demanded access to family financial records. According to insiders, Janelle's smart. She saw discrepancies. The numbers didn't add up. But instead of answers, Kody got defensive. He accused her of not trusting him. That's when it clicked, something was very wrong. And Mary. For years, she had suffered in silence, clinging to a crumbling marriage. But as she reflected on everything she'd invested emotionally and financially, the picture became clearer. She was funding a family, a source said, that was no longer funding her back. Then came the final blow. Kody and Robyn allegedly suggested putting the remaining land at Coyote Pass solely in Robyn's name. That was it. That's when Mary and Janelle decided to speak publicly. The allegations are staggering. Sources claim Kody funneled money from Janelle and Mary's earnings into his private accounts. Family money went to Robyn's home, her furniture, even her past debts. Kody allegedly pressured the wives to use their creditor, even sell parts of their retirement for family needs that were never reimbursed, and Coyote Pass. It was supposed to be the Browns' collective dream. For homes, one legacy. Now, those funds are gone, possibly used to cover Robyn's mortgage. A producer leaked this. Kody once asked Janelle to cash out part of her retirement for a family emergency, but evidence suggests that money went straight into covering Robyn's real estate. In the upcoming season, Janelle reportedly breaks down, sobbing on camera. "I worked my entire life. I built something for my kids. I trusted Kody, and he took it, all of it. I didn't even see it happening because I thought we were creating something together." Mary's breakdown is even more raw. "I gave him everything. Even when he stopped loving me. Even when he disrespected me in front of the world. I gave more because I believed in us. But to him, I was just a wallet." The question many fans asked was, why now? Why didn't they speak out sooner? The answer is heartbreaking. Fear, shame, loyalty. Kody kept them silent, not through threats, but through guilt. One family friend said he made them feel like speaking the truth was betrayal. But they're realizing now telling the truth is survival. When producers at TLC first heard the accusations, they hesitated. Legal implications loomed large. But after Janelle and Mary presented documents, bank statements, text messages, years of receipts, the network gave the green light. The next season will feature their emotional interviews, unfiltered and devastating. Kody, unsurprisingly, denies everything. Leaked footage shows him shouting, "They're lying. They knew about the money. They agreed. We were a family." He accuses Christine of coaching Janelle and Mary to take him down, saying they're trying to destroy what's left of the Browns. But fans aren't buying it. Social media has exploded with support for the women. Kody funneled everything to Robyn and left the others dry. We've seen it for years. Good for Janelle and Mary. They finally found their voices. And then there's Robyn. According to insiders, she denied knowing anything about the money. "Kody gave me something. It's because he wanted to. I never asked." But Janelle reportedly clapped back. "You can't live in $1 million home, wear designer clothes, and drive a new car every year. Claim you don't know who's paying for it." Legal action may be on the horizon. Sources say Janelle and Mary are considering lawsuits to recover lost funds. And fans are wondering, Kody signed off on loans or debts in their names without full consent? Could this go beyond TV drama into courtroom reality? But for Janelle and Mary, it's not just about the money. It's about dignity, betrayal, years of being ignored, used, and dismissed. Janelle reportedly tells producers, "I thought I was building a legacy, but I was just building his ego." Mary, in a moment that shocked even the crew, finally admitted, "I thought if I just kept giving, maybe he'd love me again. But I was never his wife. I was just an ATM." And Christine said first to walk away, standing behind them step for step. Sources say she's encouraged them with one simple message: you don't owe him your silence anymore. There's even talk of a spin-off, a new show focusing on the ex-wives reclaiming their lives. And if the rumors are true, Christine could take center stage in season 2, joining Mary and Janelle to finally expose the full truth behind the family's collapse. Kody always claimed he was building a kingdom of faith, unity, and love. Fans now say it best: he wasn't building a kingdom for his wives. He was building a throne for himself. And yet, there's something powerful rising from the ruins. This isn't just about a polygamous marriage falling apart. It's about women reclaiming their worth. After years of emotional silence, Mary and Janelle are finally telling their stories. And that takes real courage. In what might be the most gut-wrenching moment of the season finale, Janelle looks directly into the camera and says, "You can forgive someone for breaking your heart. But when they